list, and doesn't look like, looking over at Aaron's list, I don't think we have any way to get rid of stadiums once they come into play.
Yeah. I assume his strategy is he's going to set up a couple of Metagrosses. Metagrosses one-shot everything on Beckett's board. He runs 4 max potions. He's just going to try to manage the damage on the board and just, get out a bunch of Metagrosses and win.
And right away, we see that Shrine of Punishments coming into play. Nest Ball finds gets him a Buzzwole and Slugma into play. Lily going to draw 5 cards off the top. And
he's got the Macargo for next turn.
He even
got a
started the
Sneasel
Sneasel as well. He's got an energy he can attach. See where he wants to put that. Looks like he's actually just going to be content passing here for the turn.
I think he's not going to risk the incredibly unlikely chance that the Sneasel gets knocked out or the Buzzwole gets knocked out. Why attach now? When all of his attackers are 1 energy attackers.
Yep, all energy, all attackers are 1 energy. I mean, you could theoretically, power up Swing Around on Buzzwole, but Swing Around's not going to do very much to the 250 HP of Metagross. That's going to be mostly against things like Zoroark decks.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, I haven't seen a Swing Around all day.
Okay.
Have you?
I think we did.
Did you see one yesterday?
We saw several be set up where they had 2 energies and it was now a threat that had to be dealt with.
Right.
Yeah, so.
But I never saw somebody actually get there.
So we see a Nest Ball brings down another Beldum and a Steven's Resolve right away. Gonna set up at least 1 Metagross on the next turn.
Yeah. Once again, Beckett has no hand refresh capability. This Steven's Resolve is just gonna stick.
Yep.
It's not a bad way to go.
I wonder if Aaron may target down the Celestial Storm Metagross. That is a 1 prizer and can swing for a decent amount of damage if you get it going in consecutive turns. Does attack for just 1 energy card, and he could use his other Steven's Resolve to keep getting set up potentially.
What's the damage output on that Metagross?
So it does 60 damage,
right?
And then if you use it in consecutive turns, it does 120.
Gotcha.
So it does 60, then 120, 120, 120, 120.
Got that kind of Swords Dancing madness to it.
Looks like a Mag Cargo comes into play for Beckett right away. A Switch as well. Has a little bit of mobility if he wants it. He has an Ultra Ball.
I assume he's going to play the Switch to protect the Weavile until abilities come into play. He's going to attack with the Buzzwole this turn, right?
Yeah, at the same time, though, it's fairly unlikely that this Weavile would ever get knocked out. But I think he definitely wants to start putting pressure on to this Beldum. I mean, hitting for
I'm
30
assuming
years
that
good.
Aaron is going to rare candy Metagross the active. If he gets an energy into the discard and attaches, he can hit for 150.
He could, but then in that instance, he's not set up his board at all, right? He needs more Metagross in play. I think
he wants the algorithm. If he does that, he's going to use his algorithm. Let's get 5 cards. It's going to be a rock star.
Yeah, we'll almost certainly see an algorithm next turn from Aaron. But over here on Beckett's side, he is Ultra Balling. I don't know what he wants to get here. He could maybe get Diancie Prism Star. Looks like he's going to be a Rangaroo, though. Wants to just draw some more cards. And, he does have that Smooth Over combo available to him. So Instruct plus Smooth Over can get a lot of cards.
Yeah, he's going to switch and just start chipping with the Buzzwole. It's going to take a lot of damage to kill a Metagross.
Actually can do 50 here to the Beldum, which is pretty good. Can set it up, and yeah, definitely a really solid setup. Chipping away a little bit, maybe forcing Aaron to use max potions before he would want to necessarily, which can put a lot of pressure on Aaron. Looks like it's going to be a Cynthia, though. Hasn't played a supporter yet. Wants to opt for a supporter off of this Instruct. Off these 6 cards off the Cynthia, I don't think there's really anything that could find a knockout turn 1 on this Beldum. It would be the Beast Energy, but he's already attached an energy for turn. Could have had Kukui plus the Diancie Prism Star, but Cynthia's a supporter for turn, so that's not quite going to work out.
Right.
Off of these 6, probably going to be looking for more basics, at least maybe another Buzzwole, something along those lines. Probably another Sneasel as well. Wants to have multiple Weavile set up. We do see a 3-2 line, so you want just multiple Sneasels in play. Also has a copy of Rescue Stretcher, so you can reuse them if need be. There's a Weavile. I don't see a Sneasel, though. Sudowoodo could be interesting. Limit Aaron's setup a little bit.
When I was looking at the deck list, I was wondering just how impactful this would be. I mean, obviously, he's going to be able to, I think, in this matchup, kind of get where he's trying to get to with just 3 Metagross. But But if he wants to get the Solgaleo out, if he wants to get a Tapu Lele out too, he'd like to have the extra bench space.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing that Beckett is
torn.
also probably considering as well is this also makes it one less ability that my opponent is able to put in play potentially. But you also have to consider, Aaron's here at the winning end. He's probably very conscious of what Weavile's attack does. He's going to be very cognizant of how he wants to play it. And look at this, 2 stage 1s right away, as well as a rare candy into Metagross, and I have a feeling we're going to see an algorithm very soon. Metal attach for the turn. Does he have a supporter card? Looks like Judge. That's pretty good to disrupt Beckett a little bit and see a couple more cards. Maybe looking for another Beldum. Probably a Cosmog as well would be good from Aaron. I wonder if he just got 3 Metagross in play and didn't even worry about Solgaleo or anything else. If that would be a good strategy.
Yeah. I wonder how important switching that switch effect is in this matchup. I mean, given that he's just going to be able to one-shot everything on the board with Metagross.
Yeah, it's definitely a little extra to use Solgaleo's attack of Sunsteel Strike to do 232 a Buzzwole when Giga Hammer for 150 accomplishes the same thing.
And obviously the switch effect is super cute.
Sure.
But I don't know that you need the switch effect.
Yeah, if you have 3 Metagross up, you have a lot of mobility just because of being able to retreat every single turn, right?
Yeah, and I think the only situation where the switch effect is super useful in this is the Guzma's up a naked Metagross.
Yeah,
and
for
he
sure.
doesn't have enough energy in the discard
Absolutely.
to accelerate it.
So we do see the algorithm. 10 damage ticked because of the Shrine of Punishment. So we're just going to see that keep ticking away. No way to remove stadiums in Aaron's deck list. So we're going to see how he wants to set up this matchup. I've got to imagine he's getting at least 1 Metagross, maybe like another energy card, something like that. Could also get like Ultra Ball so you can discard the energies and still find the Metagross.
You know what's interesting is even the stall out play isn't super effective in nature of the way this match was built because there's always Shrine damage. He can just max potion the Metagross on the bench to discard all the energy off it.
Sure.
Right. So he has some like kind of cutesy outs to any sort of stall out strategy or strategy where he's trying to 2-hit Metagrosses that have energy.
So there we go. We see 5 cards chosen on the algorithm. And Beckett is just going to have to live with the fact that Aaron got to pick 5 cards out of his deck last turn.
If you guys are wondering if Aaron's going to have a great turn next turn, it's going to be an extraordinary turn.
Absolutely.
He is going to go absolutely bananas.
So Beckett has a Nest Ball. We'll have to see what they get with this.
It's interesting that he kind of starts with the Stevens Resolve because he's kind of testing whether or not they're going to try to reset his hand, like how hard they're willing to go to work to try to disrupt his hand. Because you knew he got 3 awesome cards off the Stevens Resolve.
Sure.
And then when they didn't disrupt him, he's like, now I'm going to algorithm. It's going to be fantastic. I mean, he's had back-to-back turns where he's picking all of his favorite cards out of the deck and putting them in his hand. That's a recipe for explosive starts.
So we see Kukui as well as the Diancie Prism Star. He hasn't played the Kukui. It is in his hand, though. Smooth Over coming out first, and can Kukui into whatever card this is. Looks like he's eyeing up that unit energy with the Fairy, Dark, and Fighting types on it. So great use for this deck, being able to use that and use it for Buzzwole's Sledgehammer as well as Weavile's Evil Admonition.
Yeah, I think that's we've seen the Buzzgarb Shrine decks, we've seen the Weavile Shrine decks. I think this unit energy is a super cute combo because when you have to use a rainbow energy on a Buzzwole, you put it in range of Riotous Beating.
Sure.
But when you're using the unit energy, you can power up Weaviles and power up Buzzwoles, but you don't take the 10 damage, which is meaningful.
Sure. So we'll probably just see Sledgehammer here doing a decent amount of damage after the Kukui plus Diancie with the Choice Band and the Shrine of Punishments tick as well. Lots of damage on that Metagross here.
Yeah, but I assume we're going to see Metagross, Max Potion, Energy, Knockout, because easy.
Yeah, we could even see him attach the energy to the active, retreat into a clean Metagross completely, or just even Max Potion the active and then triple Geotech system. Pretty good as well. Going to go ahead and discard a Rare Candy. I think at this point, he's got 3 Metagross in play. Rare Candy is not really a useful card anymore.
Yeah.
Can be good to get a 4th Metagross if he needs it, or even setting up that Solgaleo GX.
I think he's not going to set up the Solgaleo because it feeds into the Weavile.
No, I agree.
It's like, why get more abilities on the board if I only let the Weavile hit for 150? That's just like the Buzzwoles. He's super vulnerable to my Max Potion plays.
Yeah, there could be a scenario where if the Weaviles from Beckett get knocked out and Aaron knows he's safe at some point or safe later on in a turn, he could use that. We're going to see a Guzma here, though.
He
Max
max
Potions,
potions,
gets rid of that energy.
acceleration.
Triple Geotech System, and he targeted down the Mag Cargo. Mag Cargo, of course, really important for this deck's, consistency, to have draw power, and that's just totally taken off the board for Beckett. I think Aaron has his ideal setup in this matchup.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he started the Beldum and Beckett was not able to just randomly luck into Beast Energy Deancey and take a knockout immediately has allowed Aaron to just get amazing setups. I mean, as we said prior to that turn, he was going to have a great turn.
Absolutely. It's like his turn was almost as good as if he picked all the cards out of his deck he wanted to play.
He seemed to have every card he needed that turn. How could that be?
So now we see this Weavile active. It's hitting for 180 with Evil Admonition, which is a lot of damage for just one energy, but it's not going to be quite enough to take out this Metagross. I wonder if we may see Beckett try to buy a turn here using Icy Wind on Weavile. Would still do 40 damage, and after Shrine Ticks, that actually could get him set up to take a knockout on the Metagross on the next turn if Aaron stayed asleep. So I think Icy Wind could be an interesting play here.
So what is Icy Wind's effect?
So it does 10 damage, and then it puts the Pokemon to sleep.
Yeah.
So he'd have to flip heads to wake up. It looks like we're just going to go ahead and go with a swing, do a lot of damage, and now the pressure is on Aaron. I've got to find a Max Potion this turn.
Yeah, he's not going to risk flipping to find out whether or not he needs to make Aaron burn a Max Potion. He's going to instead just hit as hard as he can and see where it gets him.
Ooh, there it
He's
is.
got the Max Potions.
Triple Geotech System once again. Has an energy to attach on the benched Metagross as well if he wants to. And a Cynthia as well this turn. He's just going to totally refresh his hand. Actually, a Hala, one up in the Cynthia.
It's about time we saw Hala played at this tournament. We told you guys it was coming, and it's blingy and looks beautiful.
That nice orange full art Hala shuffling in, drawing 7 cards because Algorithm GX.
I feel like I'm watching Trainer Chip's YouTube channel. The cards are so beautiful and full art and blingy.
7 cards there. Here we go.
Getting full value after that algorithm.
Absolutely. And still has access to all 3 Geotech System abilities. I think he's looking to potentially bench another Beldum this turn. There's always, it doesn't hurt you to have the Beldum in play. You want to have access to getting another Metagross if one does somehow go down or something like that. So could look to get that in play, but he's not in any rush as it comes down.
Yeah.
There we go, Giga Hammer, 150.
They're on the Sledgehammer turn.
Sledgehammer, so he can do a lot of damage. Beckett with the Sledgehammer. Let's see if he can maybe find Beast Energy Prism Star to boost it even more. He would need to find a way to do 210 damage. Then the Metagross would go down to the Shrine of Punishment.
Any way, even with a Kukui Choice Band. We saw last game a Lycanroc get knocked out with a Sledgehammer, Beast Energy, Choice Band, Kukui play.
Yeah.
It was 200 right on the money. I just can't think of a scenario where he's able to squeeze out that extra 10.
Actually, if he was so he actually could do it. Since he's on Sledgehammer turn, he's doing base 120 damage. If Beckett was able to find his Beast Energy Prism Star and then use Kukui as well as Deancey, that actually boosted up to
80.
That'd be 220. It's base 120 damage, not base 30 damage.
Right. It's 120 plus the 30 from the Beast, plus the 30 from the Choice,
yes,
plus the 20 from the Kukui.
So it's 150. 150 after the Beast Energy, plus 180 after the...
Plus 20.
Yes, plus 20.
200.
Yeah, plus 20 is 220.
No. We were only at the 20.
Okay, I'll have to take your word for it. We'll see what happens. He does have the Beast Energy in his hand.
Beast Choice Kukui is 80.
Right? He's doing the math himself right now. But 150 plus 180, so he does 120 base, plus 30 for Choice Bands, that's 150.
Right.
Plus 30 for Beast Energy, that's 180.
Right.
Plus 20 for Deancey, that's 200.
Oh, the
Plus
Deancey.
20 for Kukui, that's 220.
Right,
so he does have the knockout. He was able to Kukui into it. And there we go, taking down this Metagross.
What's up?
Yep. Acrobike as well. Doesn't even need that Shrine of Punishment's damage. It's just going to get knocked out. But it's good that Shrine was in play because it ticked up that damage.
I did not have the Deancey in my math. I'm bad at Pokemon.
There we go, taking the KO. And Aaron's going to want to find another Metagross. It's a good thing he attached that energy last turn, though, because now since he only has 2 Geotech systems, he can still
Clearly he's been testing his matchup a lot because he knew that he needed that Beldum. He knew he needed to attach that energy. He was ready for this turn.
Yep. So we'll see if he can find another Metagross or not. Does still have 2 max potions left, has used 2 already, and those are precious, precious resources in this specific matchup. See Aaron kind of counting out, thinking through his turns. Burning the Choice Band, that's kind of a dead card at this point in the matchup. He just wants to not draw it.
Exactly. Just stand out.
Yep.
Does that imply he's going to Cynthia in a second?
He definitely could. I mean, there's no reason not to just go ahead and put it in play,
he runs
though.
Lily, too. He could be thinning his hand for a Lily, but he's
Absolutely.
definitely going to do one of those 2 things.
All right, so we'll see Aaron checking through this discard pile. And Beckett's going to do the same, you know. You look at mine, I'll look at yours. We'll see what each other has used, what resources do we have available to the rest of this game.
I'm sure the chat is a Twitter with, you show me mine, I'll show you yours.
And got a card he's debating on playing here. I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, show us, Aaron. Come on, don't keep us in suspense. The suspense is building.
Looks like it's just going to be a Cynthia. So he has what he needs to get a knockout on the Buzzwole. I'm not sure really what else he wants to do to advance his board this turn.
And he'd like to rare candy Metagross, I assume.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as like benching anything else, like he could just get the Cosmog in play. It doesn't really hurt anything. Like if he draws into it, there's no reason not to just go ahead and bench it. Because you even though you might not ever get Solgaleo out, it doesn't really hurt you to have it in play.
And
there's a rare candy in his hand and an Ultra Ball. He can get another Metagross here.
Yeah. Conversely, I don't think it matters if he gets the Metagross out because the Weavile's 2-hitting either way, right? With the Shrine damage on the board right now.
So actually something that Aaron could do, we're going to see the Nest Ball come out. Aaron could not put a Metagross in play and then attack this turn with the 2 Geotech systems, take a knockout. Then he can next turn retreat into what would be a fresh Metagross since he has Rare Candy plus Ultra Ball in his hand that hasn't taken any damage from Shrine.
Right.
And I don't think Beckett has any way, after being off Sledgehammer turn, to do 230 damage he would need to do to knock out after Shrine ticks.
Like I can only assume his plan is to attack with Weavile next turn. Once that Weavile goes down, he just does not have a lot of strong attackers left.
Yeah,
he
I think
runs a 3-2 Weavile line.
He does, yep. And he has 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher as well, so not even a lot of ways to get it back as they go down. We could definitely see, I don't know, I think we may have to see like an Icy Wind, something like that, to try to buy turns. Like you need to use these niche attacks sometimes in order to try to get a little lucky if things aren't going quite your way.
And I think the challenge is, like, what he needs is to be able to attack without Weavile, to preserve Weavile for future turns.
See a draw. No energy cards yet for Beckett. Does have that Rescue Stretcher in hand. Could shuffle back the Weavile line that's been knocked out.
We talked about how I haven't seen a Sledgehammer today. I mean, powering up a Rangaroo with this kind of deck is impractical.
Yeah, absolutely.
but chipping with Sledgehammer for 80. I mean, you're 4-hitting. Although Shrine will help you get there in 3 hits.
Yeah,
it's a hard way to go.
And you're just kind of hoping at this point maybe Aaron isn't able to find those max potions, things like that. I think that's kind of what Beckett has to do, maybe. He has kind of 2 lines of play, right? He can try to buy turns with Icy Wind at some point if he needs to, or just hit and hope Aaron does not find max potion in consecutive turns.
Yeah.
So we're going to see 6 cards off of this Cynthia. We see the Regirock from Celestia Storm, an interesting inclusion. Acrobike here. Sees an energy card, also a supporter though. Going to have to be a costly discard here, I think. Yeah, going to just get rid of that Lily, which is fine. Like, you've got a pretty big hand anyway.
Right. Probably going to bench the Regirock, just have an alternate attacker after this Buzzwole goes down.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to. He may want to save that spot for something like another Slugma or even the Sneasel, but no, he's going to go ahead and put it down.
I think the challenge Beckett has is, like, when you're trying to map your prizes, I don't know how you take 4 prizes with the attackers on board.
Yeah, you're able to get one
gotta find
Metagross
a stretcher
down,
and put back.
Yeah, so
fair bit of stuff.
We do know Aaron has an Ultra Ball plus a Rare Candy in his hand, so we can get a clean Metagross with no damage on it in play. But from here, I mean, It's still just looking tough for Aaron, for Beckett if Aaron is able to find a max push in this turn. I think that's kind of what Beckett has to hope for. Maybe Aaron whiffs a max potion for one turn. Looks like he's debating what to Ultra Ball right now.
It throws away the choice ban. Throws away the Cosmog.
I think it it looks like a Cosmog.
That's fine.
Could be the Delmise, actually. I'm not sure.
Could be the Delmise.
Delmise actually could be a solid one-prize attacker. I mean, it does have an ability, so it's not the best to put in play against a Weavile deck, but it can knock out Buzzwoles pretty easily, doing 70 damage with Anchor Shot. So, checking through the deck. Looks like it's going to be a Lele, actually. I think he must not have a max potion, and that's what he's digging for here. Oh, maybe not.
He's gonna take the Weavile off the board.
Yeah, this is actually really smart.
No more hey, letting you have threats.
You're going to see him retreat into the Tapu Lele, then we'll use Guzma. Was using that retreat in order to get the energy in the discard so he can use Geotech System to power this new Metagross up. And it's going to be tough for Beckett to come back from that play, I think.
Yeah. And
Aaron doesn't care how many abilities he has in play if Beckett doesn't have any Weaviles out.
Yeah, if there's no Sneasels on the board, it's going to be hard. I'm sure Beckett's thinking, what are my win conditions? I put one. Oh, one's got to go on the Lele.
Yep, we got to get one on the Lele as well. Hopefully they catch that soon.
Some high-quality judging here in the commentating booth.
Yep, we got it on lock. We'll see if we can...
Trainership's going to go.
Oh, we're good.
Let people know what's up.
Well, there should be just 10 more damage on the Tapu Lele, but we'll see if we can get that fixed right away. 10 damage from the Shrine of Punishments. No big, easy fix. But on Beckett's turn, he did send up that Red Rock. There we go.
And here it comes. That was not Trainership's hand. Very attractive hand, but not.
And we've got Beckett here has the Rescue Stretcher in hand. Could put back, the one Sneasel and two Weavile since he does play a 3-2 line. There's one Sneasel in the deck still. But
I thought what was interesting was I was going to say he wanted to wait until the Weavile was dead before he plays the Rescue Stretcher because he needs to put both Weaviles back in deck.
I think we're seeing and making sure that there is enough damage on the benched Metagross, maybe. It looks like we are good, though.
I think he's just trying to figure out what his line of play is. It's like, what are my outs to win at this point? Do I have any? Should I scoop and go to the next game?
Yeah, honestly,
there's only 30 minutes left. I don't know if there's the line of play that gets me there.
This is definitely looking tough. Knocking out two Metagross seems hard. He does have a Guzma, though, but not really a good way to deal a lot of damage to that Metagross.
Yeah, he says, let's pull up that heavily damaged Metagross.
And this is where he could stall for a turn if Aaron's unable to find a way to switch or a way to get energies in the discard. Kind of what you were talking about earlier on in this game.
Right. But if he has a max potion, he can just max potion it off and keep hitting. Now he gets the stretcher.
Gonna put back Weavile. Actually gonna put back Sneasel.
Yeah, he's thinking.
Yeah, I think I would maybe put back the two Weaviles and the one Sneasel, unless he prized one of his Sneasels.
That's the key question.
Yeah.
I can only assume that he prized one of his Sneasels.
Yeah,
because there's no reason for you to try to give yourself lots of outs to Sneasels for the one Weavile you have.
Yep. So there we go.
So he's going to try and hit into this thing, pray that it's stuck, and he can kill it next turn. And then he'll say, now I can just, get a Weavile and hopefully find a line of play that lets me squeeze out two prizes after that.
Lots of damage there on the Metagross after the Shrine of Punishments. Looks like it's up to 220. So could go down next turn. Aaron looking desperately for a max potion, I think.
And what's interesting is he needs to max potion the bench to energy accelerate to the active.
Yeah, he could play his last two max potions this one turn, which I think he would...
But if he only has one potion, where would you play it? What's the strategy?
It honestly depends on the rest of his hand. Does he have a way to attack this turn? That's
I think
you
have
more
to
important than
turn,
healing,
right?
honestly, is taking a knockout this turn.
Agree 100%.
There's a rare candy. Gets a... Ooh, the Celestial Storm Metagross comes out.
Is he going to Stevens resolve for a max potion here?
It only works when this Metagross is active.
Yep.
Yeah, and Beckett wants to read it real fast, make sure he knows what it does.
What the heck is that? He's the same as me. He's like, I don't know what that card does.
It also has 170 HP, so it's a pretty tanky Pokemon as a one-prizer.
This is a card that's brand new to the format, and as we see in Metagross, is not a super common meta deck at this tournament, so I don't think people have been tracking what a Metagross does.
Yeah, there was actually another Metagross that was doing pretty well in day 2. John Orgel was playing Metagross Ultra Necrozma, actually kind of an interesting list as well.
Right.
He unfortunately lost his round 14, so I think he's playing out for top 16 right now. There is a Max Potion that is huge for Aaron. Looks like he chose to do it on the active.
He must have the energy in hand coming out of that to allow him to keep attacking. Beckett says, "Oh, why am I trying so hard?" Dismayed that he finds the Max Potion off of that. He must have the energy in the discard.
Maybe. He needs an energy from hand.
He's got two.
He needs one from hand as well.
No, because he can energy accelerate from the active and the bench. He needs 2, and he already has one on the...
He doesn't have one on it. He needs one in his
there?
hand as well, yep. Can't tell if he has it or not.
Bench is 1.
There's one Geotech system.
Oh, is he just threatening to retreat next turn?
Ooh, looks like it just has to be a pass.
Yeah, so he's just going to threaten to be able to do his thing next turn since he whiffed the energy. But as you said, yeah, whiffing the energy, painful.
So we see a Cynthia, shuffle, draw 6. I think Beckett's definitely going to be looking to bench a Sneasel here and hope Aaron cannot take it out.
Yeah. We're assuming he has a 2-1 Sneasel line left in deck, right?
Yeah, 2-1, but theoretically one in the prizes.
Yeah, because theoretically there's one in the prizes.
He also could have rescue stretchered back the 3, or the 2 Sneasel just because he wants to have higher odds to draw Sneasel. Like, he cares more about getting Sneasel than getting 2 Weaviles out this game.
I just think he cares more. I think he needs Weaviles. I don't know how he gets there.
Well, with only 2 prizes left on Aaron's side, he might not even ever be able to use 2 Weaviles, so...
Yeah, that's fair. He's going to kill the Buzzwole, and then if he kills the second Weavile, it's game over anyway.
Yep. So I think he just wanted to have the access to the Weavile in the deck.
And sadly, he draws the Weavile and not the Sneasels.
Yep. So we're going to see the hit. Got to remember those Shrine of Punishments counters.
Yeah. Aaron's like, you're the Shrine guy. It's your job to keep track of these things for me.
There's a Max Potion in Aaron's hand, so we'll see if he can maybe pull something off with that. It is his last one, though.
I think the trick is he doesn't want to do that right now. So the good news is, because the Sneasel didn't hit the board, he's not going to threaten to hit for 150 and KO the next turn. He can just accelerate 2 Metal Energies, knock out the Buzzwole, and he's not going to get KO'd next turn, right?
Yeah. The Red Rock does do more damage than Buzzwole does. It does
10 more?
Yeah, it does 10 more. So 20 plus 20 if there's a tool attached. So hitting for 70 with a Choice Band, 90 with the Diancie. Can do up to 110 with a Kukui. But that's still, I'm not sure that's going to, there's not even enough damage in play.
Even with 20 more damage from the Shrine, he's not quite going to get there before the Max Potion runs
And
him.
I like this from Aaron.
That's a great play.
Yeah, this is going to...
Targets down the Diancie to nerf the damage output even more.
Really going to limit what Beckett can do the rest of this game as we come to a close here. And yeah, if I'm Beckett, I'm kind of thinking, he's got 1 prize left, I have 4. I don't think I can really do much here. I need to try my best to win 2 more games.
He's gonna make a Guzma play here. I assume he's gonna Guzma the baby Metagross and
Definitely
hit it with a Regirock.
Yeah, I think it has 3 retreats, so it is a little beefy. Could be a little hard to move, and there are basically all of Aaron's energy are in play.
Beckett says, I'm Guzmaing the Metagross. He says, you want to Guzma the Metagross GX, right? No,
not quite.
That's not my plan.
There we go, and Hand Stop only does 40 damage, wow. We're going to see the draw from Aaron. All he needs is a Guzma to win the game here.
He does not have the Guzma, or he would have flipped it over already.
1 prize remaining. It could just Geotech system.
How much energy do I have?
I mean, but even still, like, he's going to hit for 60 this turn. I just don't see what Beckett can ever do to come back in this.
Yeah, there's no win condition left on the board.
He can maybe take 2 more prizes, but I don't think he can win the game.
I mean, if you're Beckett and you're letting this much time tick off, are you assuming you're going to be able to get a quick win next game and work your way into a tie here? Yeah,
maybe you're thinking the way I win this series is through a quick knockout on something like a Beldum. You can knock out a Beldum over the course of a couple turns pretty easy, or really fast with Regirock potentially, with things like Kukui and Diancie. So maybe that's what he's got in his mind. We're just going to see a Meteor Mash, I believe, is the attack. 60 damage comes out from Metagross onto the Regirock. There's the Sneasel finally from Beckett, but I think it's probably too little too late. He is going to be able to hit for 200 damage with Evil Admonition, but...
Yeah, I mean, he can take 2 prizes if he wants to before the game ends, but
There's a basic fighting.
If he takes 2 prizes, Aaron takes a prize.
Yeah, and he's just going to go ahead and concede.
Beckett's
I don't even know if Beckett had... Yeah, he shows the Sneasel was in the prizes, so we get to see that. Yeah, I don't even know if Beckett had Dark Energy left. He had used a decent amount of those unit energies, so there's a chance he didn't even have access to it.
I feel like Beckett needed to move on to game 2 quickly there.
Yeah,
I
maybe so.
With 20 minutes left in the game. This is the win and in for top 8. You got to do it.
We'll see how it works out, though. 20 minutes left on the clock can definitely be enough time if there's 2 quick games. It's probably not enough time for 2 full played-out games, though.
Yeah. I mean, he needs an incredibly quick donk, and then just another donk or a very strong pace of play.
Sure.
Avoid a nice situation.
We're gonna see Aaron go ahead and pile shuffle real fast. Check, to make sure you got all your cards.
So are you a pile shuffler?
I usually pile shuffle whenever I'm waiting for my opponent to get to the table, just like before the start of the round to make sure I have all 60 of my cards. Yeah. I don't do it between games personally, but I can understand people wanting to make sure their deck is fully randomized, especially whenever they're playing on stream.
I think I'm buying into the somewhat increasingly common conventional wisdom that you just rifle shuffle more. Shuffle.
Yeah, a lot of mashes, a lot of overhands.
Yeah, do some mash shuffles, and you're fine. The pile shuffling of I'm going to sort them slightly differently. I mean, certainly it distributes cards.
Sure.
But it's not I don't know that you really got to something magical.
Yeah, I think in this next game, Beckett definitely, like we said, it's got to be a quick win, right? He's got to hope to maybe have a bad start from Aaron that he can take advantage of. He has a lot of ways that he could actually knock out Beldum on turn 1 if Aaron was to just start Beldum pass. There's things like Buzzwole with Kukui plus Diancie. He could get Regirock plus a Tool plus Kukui plus a Tool plus
Aaron had the dream
Diancie.
Start. If he just needs Aaron to not start just so fire there.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Aaron goes first, turn 1 Stevens Resolve, turn 2 Algorithm. Like, the momentum his hand had every turn for those first couple of turns was unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, he never had to put a Tapu Lele in play until he was ready to do it himself to take out the Weavile with a Guzma. He, if you can control that aspect of the game and not have to use Tapu Lele to set up with something like Stevens Resolve, you're going to be in a better position for sure.
Yeah, I mean, natural Stevens Resolve on turn 1, you can't beat that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get back to the game action.
Yeah, we're going to see what these guys are going to do in this second game of play. Beckett Pierce versus Aaron Rucker on the win and into top 8. Both of these players at 31 match points. If they win, they'll be at 34 on the bubble for top 8. Hopefully, it does look like at least 2 34-pointers might miss, which is kind of crazy to say.
I know it's almost inconceivable to imagine if you'd look 2 years ago, if you told people in the future, you're going to need 34 points to bubble.
Yeah.
Just try to bubble in top 8. They would be like, that is impossible.
Yeah,
you can't get 34 points in a tournament.
Hey, I bet they never knew that we were going to have 78 player day 2s or whatever it was today. 72 players, I think. It was a lot of people playing today.
Do you have a take on how the internet is going to react to this? Like, is this what we have to look forward to in Memphis?
We'll
a 90-day, 90-player cut?
We'll just definitely have to see what happens. I think it's unfortunate that some players are playing today, and they'll end up getting points for top 128, not even top 64 points at least. It definitely is unfortunate, but some would also argue that you're getting the chance to keep playing. You're getting the chance to stay in the competition. You can control, if you get to top 64, if you get 32, so on and so forth. So
obviously, as a father of Pokekids, I'm always emphasizing the fun. Sure. If you're looking for a community where it's all about what the reward you got when you finished, there's probably card games where people are saltier when you could be a part of. But Pokemon's all about the fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a friendly environment here. It looks like we are finally getting kicked back over to the game. Right. And Aaron had a pretty solid start. Started the Vulpix, actually, got a Beldum down turn 1. Aaron would have gone second. So he's used Beacon, and Beckett looks like he just passed. Beckett might not have a very good hand. Double rare candy into Metagross. Oh my gosh!
You know what?
What a turn 2! He can retreat this off. He Geotech Systemed it up. He can Geotech System it with the other Metagross and can now Algorithm once again. I think Beckett has 3 choice bands in his hand. Oh my gosh.
He says, yeah, I'm algorithming. What you got?
This could be a quick second game.
Yeah, this was not the quick game Beckett
Yeah,
was
we
hoping
were
for.
talking about how Beckett needed this to be a quick game to have a chance.
Turn 2, double Metagross
Oh
algorithm.
my gosh.
That is not what the people wanted.
Also, gotta throw a little shout out to those nice League Cup promo rare candies that Aaron's using. The promo you get for playing in League Cups. I love that Pokemon is making the promos we get for these tournaments actual good cards.
You know what? I 110% agree.
Yeah.
The fact that they're giving you playable cards as promos, like, it was interesting. Last year, I was like, oh, you know what? I feel bad that we're not going to League Challenges because the League Challenge, like, cards were kind of hot. Like, they were suddenly giving out cards that were meaningful. I was like, oh, maybe we should start going to League Challenges. And now, like, oh, we have to go to League Challenges. Let's go get these cards.
Hey, and those cards are pretty sweet. Yeah, you got Magcargo is the first place League Challenge promo currently, and even going to Pokemon League, they were giving out B strings not too long ago. So lots of good cards.
All of a sudden, I'm like, wow, you know, we've historically not gone to like local leagues or League Challenges because we play plenty of Pokemon. We don't need, I mean, we're not even. There's people way more on the grind than my family, but we feel like we play plenty of Pokemon.
I think it's also worth noting, Aaron just showed his discard pile. There are 4 items in it. He has not played a supporter, and he has 2 Metagross in play.
Yeah, he's just drawing into it, right?
You see a Nest Ball come out. Probably going to find another Beldum here. If Aaron has an Ultra Ball, he can get rid of 2 more Metal Energy, potentially.
You know what I realized? So here's what we actually missed in the turns that stated. Because Aaron would have gone second, so he used the Vulpix, he beaconed for the double Metagross, he had the rare candies in hand.
Yeah, he did, yep.
Right. Alright, that's what happened there. He started with double rare candy and Vulpix, and found 2 Beldums, and then beaconed into the Metagrosses.
Exactly what you want to see if you're going second, honestly.
Yeah,
starting Vulpix.
See a like,
Guzma.
Let's kill that Sneasel.
He did put 2 metals in the discard. Just going to take the knockout here. This is brutal if you're Beckett.
Yeah, this is not the quick game he was looking for.
Shrine damage does keep ticking. He does get an aggro bike. Maybe can find a supporter. It's like nothing, I can tell.
I think he found another. Oh, he found a stretcher.
Okay, so he can get the Weavile back in play.
That is not how he wanted to use the stretcher based on last game.
Yeah.
Like, getting 1 Sneasel of value out of it is tough.
All right, so we see it tick up 40 damage on each of those Metagrosses. Man, even at this point, though, Beckett is so far behind on board setup. Has no Magcargo able to be put in play. Can get a Weavile out, but, like, has nothing to follow up. It is
Beckett has
a tough
to be
go.
pulling out his hair over the way this game's going.
Oh, goodness.
Shh, I'm here all weekend, people.
So we'll see on Aaron's side. He can retreat and then Geotech System twice. Something.
Yeah. Does he have the energy in hand to make the magic happen here?
He needs 1 energy. Looks like he can max potion. Hala can shuffle, draw 7. Here it goes. Only plays a single copy, but we've seen him just get full value out of it in both of these games.
Yeah.
Man, what a cool play for this tournament.
I wonder, one question in the post-game interview, assuming you're interviewing Aaron, that it would be great to ask is if, when he looks back on this, would he run a second Hala? Because it seems like with the algorithm GX, as we discussed early in the round, the Hala is just fantastic.
There's the metal energy he needed. We can see the retreat now.
All he was looking for with that Hala was, I need to find a metal energy.
And anyone wondering why he has to retreat every single turn, Giga Hammer's effect says that the Pokemon can't attack or can't use Giga Hammer during your next turn. So because of that, he has to retreat and send up a new Metagross every single turn. So the ideal board is having 3 Metagross in play. Metagross has 3 retreat, so you can just easily cycle between Metagross.
Yeah, so the ability lets you take an energy from your discard and attach it to the active. Yeah. So the idea is you retreat, discarding 3 energies, and then you triple Geotech systems to the active, and you're streaming Giga Hammers as you cycle your Metagrosses back and forth from the bench to the active.
So Beckett finally finds a supporter. It is a Lily, but
his hand is clogged up, but he just lays down choice bands.
Yeah, he might get a Slugma here. He does have Magcargo in hand.
He finds the Magcargo, so he feels pressure to get the Slugma, but he knows that so miserable.
See what he gets. Maybe if he has a way to thin out another card. He hasn't attached an energy, like he could get a Rangaroo and Instruct for more, maybe. I think you want to try to set up Slugma, though. Yeah, looks like he's going to try to set up that Mega Cargo.
Yeah. I think he just feels pressure to try to get the Macargo next turn, so he could try to like unwind to this horrible board state a little bit and get going.
So yeah, and we're just going to have to see a pass as well. And this is also unfortunate because Beckett's going to lose the DNC Prism Star, which is so important for his damage output.
Yeah.
Attachment to the Metagross. Doesn't have the third Metagross yet.
If you had the option to Guzma the Slugma after he goes to so much trouble to get it, would you?
Yeah, I think I would. He may not have that option. Oh, actually, never mind. Maybe he does.
Yeah, he does.
Actually, going to take out the Weavile here.
Goes for the Weavile.
You could take out some of Beckett's consistency with the Slugma, but you know that his main attacker in this matchup needs to be that Weavile. So, and you're also getting off of Sledgehammer. Like that was Beckett's Sledgehammer turn, right?
Right.
He didn't have a Buzzwole to use it. And you can just tell Beckett is kind of defeated at this point.
Beckett's like, I'm going to evolve to Macargo and play Cynthia because why not? But
I mean,
what am I doing?
Maybe he could, like, bring something up and Magma
That's
Ring
Weavile.
and stall
He's like,
for a
I
turn.
can't throw away this Weavile. It's the only Weavile I have left. I've already played my Stretcher.
Yeah, this is just real tough.
Misery.
Aaron's deck set up so consistently these two games, and Beckett just, man, he set up fine first game, just had the matchup not go quite his way, and you got to feel bad. This second game just has not gone well.
Yeah, this is we would never call this stream unwatchable because even if it was hard to watch, it'd be so easy to listen to. The sultry tones.
Oh, we see him draw like 2 Shrine of Punishment as well. We're going to see a Magma Ring come out, I think. Does do 20 damage. It does 10 damage, and then Metagross, of course, is weak to fire. So funny enough, he can do a little bit here, but it's just not going to be... I mean, actually, this does technically buy Beckett a turn. Magma Ring's effect says the opponent can't retreat, so Aaron can't retreat the Metagross. He can't attack next turn.
The question is, does Aaron have a Goose?
Yeah, he did just use one, so he'd have to have back-to-back Guzmas, which he definitely could.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but having said that, Aaron's so far ahead, maybe he doesn't care. He just said, hey, I'll pass. I'm going to Giga Hammer that Slugma in a second.
See a new Metagross come out. Could find a Tapu Lele to try to Guzma. He does need an energy card to, like, retreat this Vulpix or something like that, though. I don't know that he has any in his discard.
I think he's eyeing the Lele in hand. He's thinking about, is it worth being that greedy?
Well, yeah, I think the big thing is being able to find a way to retreat. Oh, it looks like it is a Cosmog. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, darn it, if he's just going to keep doing this, I'll get a Solgaleo out and give myself a switch effect.
And Aaron says, I can't attack this turn. I can't retreat. I'm just going to Steven's Resolve and make my good board even better.
You know what? It's pretty nice when you realize you can't attack this turn to say, hey, I have a Steven's Resolve in hand. I'll just roll like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
that's unbelievable.
Gonna grab 3 cards, probably some combination of Max Potion, Guzma, maybe more energies to have more in the discard pile for more mobility, something along those lines.
I'm sure Beckett's thinking, geez, I keep him from attacking, and he plays Steven's Resolve.
Yeah. Any 3 cards out of your deck, Aaron? Feel free. Go ahead.
It just seems like Beckett cannot get a break.
We're going to see that Shrine of Punishment's damage tick up once again.
I mean, if you're Beckett, I mean, he's at 31 points right now. He's been winning nonstop for the last, 36 hours. And here he runs into this and says, what the heck?
Yeah. It's definitely a tough break. But this happens at Pokemon tournaments, right? You hit bad matchups. You hit decks that are just, like, a little tough to beat. You also, have issues where, sometimes you just don't draw the cards you need in the right order. Like, that was kind of the issue for Beckett this game. He just didn't really draw much of anything. And looks like we're going to see an Icy Wind. Can't use Evil Admonition because he doesn't have a Dark Energy, but can use Icy Wind and put the Metagross to sleep. Not confused, should be asleep. But
yeah, it's tilted the wrong way, but you guys know what we mean. Just turn your monitor on its
be
side,
10 more damage
and it'll look exactly right. There you go.
Okay, looks like it's going to be a flip and a tail, so he does stay asleep. It does buy Beckett a turn. But I have a feeling Aaron, with that Steven's Resolve,
grabbed a Guzma.
Probably grabbed a Guzma.
Just for fun, grab a Guzma.
But this is good for Beckett, I guess, because if Aaron Guzmas, he can't knock out the Weavile. We're going to see a Max Potion just heal all that damage. Rare Candy. Oh, into Segaleo GX.
Oh,
it has that Ultra
Beckett's
Road
like, what
ability.
does it do? Beckett, you know what it does. It
You
gives
can
him the
just
switch
see.
effect he needs to kill that Weavile.
Oh my goodness. Lots of abilities in play, but Aaron does not even care. Can't even Icy Wind out of anything. Oh my goodness.
And now that his last Weavile's gone down, he's at 2 prizes. Beckett says, do I want to play anymore?
Beckett's hand is 2 Shrine of Punishments. Like, what does he do here?
Yeah. Beckett's like, I feel like I should play it out because I'm in the win and in, but I don't know why I'm playing it out.
Gets a Regirock. And we're going to see a Magma Ring for 40 damage. Or 20 damage,
he's
sorry.
Gonna do it again. Let's see if we can stall him out for another turn, but he's got the switch effect
He's
now.
got Ultra Road. Maybe if he doesn't have any energy in the discard, though. I guess if he has 1 energy in the discard, he could Ultra Road and then...
The Vulpix and
yeah,
retreat.
Yeah, use the Vulpix and retreat. Oh, can't retreat, can't retreat. Let's make sure we stop that. Yeah, they're good. Looks like someone caught it right away.
Yeah. He was like, but I want to.
Well, that's
now
too
we're going to look for
bad.
an energy in the discard, but I think
Energy in the
he's
discard
got
or
He's
Max
got one.
Potion. Okay, so he does have it. He also has a Guzma in his hand.
Beckett's thinking about... Oh, he's just Guzmas.
Yeah. Not even going
Guzmas
to
into
deal...
Vulpix. This is exactly what you talked about. He's going to energy accelerate onto the Vulpix, retreat.
Or just Ultra Road.
Oh, yeah, Ultra Road.
Yeah, either one would have
and,
worked.
Take a knockout.
1 prize left for Aaron, 6 for Beckett. This is it. This game is over. Unfortunately, the road ends.
Beckett playing it out. He's gonna.
He can do a lot of damage with Magma Ring, so that's good.
Smack him with the Magma Ring. He's like, I just did 40.
We'll put the damage on.
Don't act like that wasn't real.
All Aaron has to do now is use Ultra Road, send up the Vulpix, Geotech System to the Vulpix, retreat, and that will be the game in his favor after a Giga Hammer. Can't retreat because of no. He's good. He's Ultra Roading, then attach. I thought he was retreating as well, and there we go. Aaron Rucker moves to 34 match points, and with Metagross Segaleo is on the bubble for top 8. I really hope we get to see more.